Hey, how's it going, people? Welcome to Bitcoin Bankers. My name's Shannon, and the purpose of our channel is to become our own bank, start with a very little amount of money, and start to build it up and work it up by using cryptocurrencies and different ways to try and make a little bit of investment and turn our investment into something greater. Now, going to try and keep this video short. I know each video is usually about half an hour. That's quite a long time for people to listen to. But there's a couple of things I'm going to discuss today. Number one, just going to go over some of the market things that I've been doing and some updates on where I'm going. Number two, I'm also going to look at a couple of channels that I think around YouTube that I think are good value, where you can learn some information. And if you're into charts and analysis and stuff, it'll be well worth your while. But I think I'll start with a little story at the moment, and basically it's something that happened last week. Kind of broke my own rules and made a mistake, but fortunately it hasn't really cost me a lot. Okay, now what happened was last week I heard a few rumors about Ripple making a move. I've always liked Ripple coin. A lot of people haven't because it's connected to the main banks and all that sort of thing, but I've discussed that before. What happened was that there was a number of rumors from a few different sources I found that were talking about Ripple making a move upward, and I thought, great, because it's been sitting low for some time. So what I did was, I had my Ethereum, and I looked at my Ethereum, and it looked like this. Okay, well, that's not Ethi, on Ethereum. So basically, this is on the 1 day, by the way. Basically, for some time, I'd bought in at late September, probably around this mark where it started coming up. I think it's around 284, 282 I bought in. And for the following sort of 10, 11 days, I was waiting for it to kind of make a move I wanted to see it move. And it kind of poked its head over the 300 mark once or twice. And I was really hoping, yeah, come on, let's get moving. So as you can see, the original marker I put in, probably back on the 22nd, kind of was showing this growth, and then it went sideways for some time and started dropping down. And at this point, I was getting quite frustrated. It'd been 11 days because what I was doing is that I'd bought in some other coins, but my money I was using for Ethereum, which is kind of my larger portion, I was trying to just do some sort of weekly trades and see try a few coins out and see where they were going, see if I could just make a little on that each time. Ethereum had been going up and down, and I originally got frustrated and finally decided to say, you know what, I'm going to pull out of this for a little while, jump into XRP while XRP hopefully makes its move. Within a day or two after doing that, Ethereum went from, I think it was 290 down here, as you can see. I sold out at 292. And it jumped up and went up to about 311 and stayed there for the next few days. So I missed that kind of $25 move there, and sure enough, I was like, damn it, you stupid idiot. What did you do that for? But it's kind of starting to make its way back down to the 300 mark now. And so whether this move is going to resemble another push up, which I think it will, by the end of the year, I think Ethereum could be maybe around the 350 mark. That's my prediction. So I'm kind of like, oh, damn, I moved into XRP, and now this one's shot up a bit more than what I've made on XRP. So XRP, or Ripple, I'll show you that. Let's go XRP. So here's XRP, and I know it's a pretty dynamic, crazy-looking move there. But as you can see, geez, look at all free trading view. As you can see, it's made some pretty good moves, and I got in probably around this mark here, okay? And it's currently up around 27. So I went from 21 to 27. If I had that on a margin, it'd be great, but never mind. Look, pretty good move. I still made a bit off Ethereum, but it was only a very small amount. So what I did when I saw Ethereum start going up, I'm like, I've kind of missed this peak here because I knew it was going to come back down a little bit and settle down. So, okay. I sold off some of my XRP, and I kept about 200 in XRP. And I took that remaining sort of 450, because that's about what I had in there, and I've split it up over one or two other coins, okay? So I went to, as you know, I jumped off Bittrex. I jumped off them, and I went over to Bitfinex. Okay, and Bitfinex, I actually like Bitfinex. It's got a pretty good setup. It's got a nice setup, so you can go have a look at that. And essentially, I decided to get some of my residual, if you want to call it that, and I bought some Neo, and I bought some EOS, because that's really low at the moment. It could keep going down for a while, but I think it has a potential to move up later in the new year. And I essentially got a number of penny stocks, and we'll have a look at the stocks that I've got at the moment. Well, I call them stocks, but they're actually coin, if you want to call them coin, cryptos. So let's go to Notepad for a minute, and I'm going to show you, here are my current coins, okay, my coins, just to give you an update on where I am, okay. Coins. So I currently have an ICO that I've invested in. I'm waiting for that. That's Electronium. Electronium. And in that, I have about $260. Okay, and I bought that at a 30% bonus, plus 30%. Okay, so there were 30% extra coins. Okay. I jumped in and I got, I have, NEM, because I like it. I don't know, there's something about NEM, I just like it. I think it's got some potential in the future. And I have NEM, I think I have about $50. I'll round these off, so $50. I also got MadeSafe, because I like MadeSafe. In that one, I think I have about $35. Okay. I have Civic. That was based on a number of other people making a mention of it. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go. It's a nice, very low stock. So I thought, well, I'll grab a fair few of Civic. So I think I have about $25 in that. Okay. The next one I have is, I've got to have a think now. What do I have? I have Ethereum Classic. Okay. I have about $200 in that. This is 200 Australian. Okay. What else do I have? I now have Neo. I got 5 Neo, and that cost me about $105, I think it was, because I was paying in Ethereum. I bought EOS, and I got about $58 in EOS. Okay. Just trying to think what else I have. Ethereum Classic. I have a very small amount of Ethereum. That's about $100. And so that should be about 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think that's everything I own. So that's what I own. Now, I actually started off with a bit of XRP. I bought $20 or $30 in XRP. That's what I started with. Then I bought another $20 in Stellar Lumens. They both went down for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then they came back up to their original price, and then jumped over, went up about 2.5 cents on each of them. So I sold both of those and jumped into Bitcoin. I did have Bitcoin at the moment. I currently don't hold any Bitcoin, but I did have Bitcoin, and I actually made a profit of about $105, I think. So that really helped me out. But the problem was there were some scams that I jumped into. One was Control Finance, and I lost about, I invested about $650 Australian. Yeah, about $650 Australian, and I made back about $250, $300. Okay, so I had a loss of about $280 thereabouts, maybe $300. I made back $250, $300. Yeah, I lost about 50-60% of that. Okay, so about $280 I made back, roughly $280 I made back. Okay. So I lost. That really sucked. Scams, Control Finance. That was my very first early experience to hype sites and things, and I've stayed away from them ever since. There were 1 or 2 other little ones I put $10, $20 in. They collapsed straight away, like a bit late. And I went, that's it. I only played that for a month. I went, these are terrible. Really not making me any money. I made much better going on this. So just out of the small amounts that I've been able to grow by playing with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, the moves that they made, I was able to start getting a little bit more. I also sold some silver. Okay, so silver, I sold some of that. Okay, silver, well, sold for a couple of $100. You know, a couple of hundred. It might have been 400, and invested that back in. Okay, so that part of this is from this. Okay, so basically, I sold some silver. I sold some stuff around the house for some old guitar equipment and things like that, and started buying into. I divided all that money up. Some of my money I made from that guitar stuff was lost here. The other thing I had too was Steam, actually. Steam, right? And I made about $300 off Steam in about a month, which is not too bad. But I stopped using Steam. It's just full of scammers, and I don't like the way it works, so I moved out of that. So I'm still getting a payout from that. So there you go. So basically, through writing some articles for about 5 or 6 weeks, selling some silver and selling some stuff around the house, I managed to get about, say, $700-800. Some of that I've lost. It's going up and down, but I've been able to basically turn all that back into this. So for less than $1,000, I'm currently making. Hang on, I don't have XRP there, do I? XRP. Oh, Ripple. And the amount of Ripple. Oh, what am I doing? My fingers are too fat for this thing. I have about $230 in Ripple. Okay. Now that's currently going up. That's good. Some of these are moving up and down. So that's basically where it all works out to. Okay, so these is where I've made and lost, and all of that basically here has been turned into this. Okay, this $200, this first $200 was provided from a family member because I helped them buy Electronium, and they said, look, here's some, why don't you give it a go? So I went, okay, so I got 200, and then I put my own $66 into it, and got some extra coin. Okay, so that's how everything I've done has worked out. Okay, I'm pretty happy with it. There was Patient Tory, I sold that. I think I did that in another video. So some of these, most of these are my decision. Civic and Neo. I wanted to get into Neo because a lot of people have been talking about hyping it up and things like that. So that's where I stand. Okay, so I'll let that there for you. But I'll close that now because I don't need that. Now, let's go to my YouTube channel. On my YouTube channel, I've recently found a fellow, this Urban Forex, and he, the people on this, they've actually moved over into a new channel, I think. Forex Watchers is their new channel. So I'm going to actually subscribe to that now. There we are, subscribed. And they have a whole lot of videos, and some of the ones I would suggest is why price action works. Now, these guys work on the Forex exchange, okay, but they mainly just do studies. Pro trading strategy, that's pretty good. If I go to their videos, should show some of the more important ones that I was looking at. Why price action works, as I said. Support and resistance strategy, this is a good one. But there's a longer one he does on that. Market analysis. It's basically, okay, this is a great one, really, really good one, exhaustion candle. So it's telling you it talks about where the market turns, how to identify false turns and false changes and real ones as well. The most powerful Forex candlestick strategies, it's a very good one. This is a really, really good channel, guys. I strongly suggest if you want to learn more about technical analysis and even just the basics of how these work, watch this channel. Very good. I like it. I think they do a really good job. They also have groups you can get into, but it is the Forex exchange. We're doing crypto, okay? So, that's one channel. Another channel to watch, I think, is Trading 212. So this fella talks about a few different things, why technical analysis charts, but he also talks a little bit about short selling and things too. This is Trading 212. Yeah, I remember this. Really good. He makes things really simple for you. Very straightforward. Great video channel to watch. Okay, if you want to learn about those. So there's two good channels to watch. David Hay, he'll give you a good sort of social commentary about the coins, what he's investing in, why he does things, what he thinks of everything within the crypto market. There he's he likes MadeSafe as well. Actually, I also meant to add, I got Cyrpto. Cyrpto is another coin I have. Yeah, so like David Hay, great channel, great guy. He's Australian. I think he lives in the US. One to look at. Data Dash, he's a young fella. He's a pretty good. Yeah, he seems to know his analysis pretty well. I'm new with doing analysis. I've played with it before in the past. I played binary options, all different things. Stay away from binary options. They're terrible. You'll lose money very quickly if you don't know what you're doing. And I didn't know what I was doing, so I lost money. Crypto Spark. Okay. Another great guy. Knows his stuff. He'll give you some good news about things that are going on behind the... kind of behind crypto and what's going on with crypto. He's actually made it into, I think, top 10 crypto channels on the web, on YouTube, sorry. Ryan Berkness, another good young fella. He tends to play more with the, I wouldn't call it higher risk stuff, but some of it's platforms. But look, he's been burned from platform, the hype platform, so have I. So we're very cautious. But Ryan is very open and clear and honest about what he does. And he has a Ryan's list of all the things that he believes are safe to put your money into, some that might be risk, and he explains it all. This is another great guy you should really be watching. Silver Goldman. Silver Goldman is like me. We hate scammers. We hate people who are just out to bullshit you. Silver Goldman's analysis on investigating a whole lot of different issues is really sharp. I don't know how he gets his information done so well, but he's really sharp. He also has trading. He trades Forex and he trades crypto. I don't know if it's Forex. He just trades regular markets, but it does that as well. Crypto as well. Really gets into a lot of deep issues. I find him pretty funny. He's pretty controversial around some spots, but only because he's calling out bullshitters. We should all be calling out bullshitters. We should be watching out for them. There are people out there who will pump and dump and want to take your money. Bitcoin Breakthrough. There was another channel that I found that was actually really good. Actually, I'm going to give this guy a pump. Okay. He's a musician, does some cool music tracks and stuff. He has Exama tracks, I'm not quite sure, but I want to give him a pump because he sent me some music and said, what do you think? Now, me being a musician and an audio engineer, I think he's got some stuff. He's coming along really well. He's got some cool graphics on his videos. The music's pretty cool. It's EDM stuff. Go have a listen, give him a like, subscribe. He's got some pretty big subscribers there already. Really good music. So that's just something for a bit of a change. Yeah, so I'll have to go through and have a look at some of these other channels. But I'm always looking at channels that can prosper us and help benefit us in knowledge, understanding. The final one I'm going to show you here is Bitcoin Soul. He's actually opening up a new channel. He's a Korean trader, trades in real big. Just realized that when his videos come up, they're basically probably a little bit behind, even though they're quite instant, quite quick. He was 2 hours ago. I haven't watched this one yet. He'll give you tips and things, but just remember the tips that he's giving, he has to tend to his clients first. And his clients are 10 Bitcoin and over guys, but he's now doing things for people with under 10 Bitcoin. So I think he's doing well, but he is a trader. He does long buys and short sell, but he's got to look after his customers first, and they will get the tips first. Then he gives it to his other private groups, and then he'll do some stuff on the web that he believes might be long. Good long buys, or maybe a good short buy once in a while. But you got to be quick. You got to keep on his. You got to keep up with his videos regularly because he pumps me out a bit. And he is, like I said, he's a trader. He's a big trader. So, like there was one or two that he's mentioned. I've noticed they kind of went up, and then they took a big dip, and there's clear short selling. So just be aware that that's where he's working, the area he's working in. He's not a scammer. He's a trader, and he's making the best for his own clients first. Okay. Don't go getting angry at him if you buy into something and it sort of goes down. Just hold on. If he's told you to hold on to it, then hold on to it. And he explains the a couple of websites that he's got. They've opened up a new website as well. So that's one to watch as well. High Altitude. I'll give this guy a little pump as well. He's a young fella. Seems to know his stuff pretty well. Explains it really well, and he's really, again, I think he's a decent kid who's looking out for people and trying to help you make money. But just remember, they all say, we can't tell you what to buy. You got to do your own research and check up and do your own learning, do your own skills. But these videos that we're all pointing out is to help you get a foundation, you know. So that's it for today. I just wanted to put those up. I'm going to be doing a video soon on smart contracts, okay, and just some dangers I see around that. I think the technology is a great idea, but I think it's a little bit ahead of our time at the moment. Yes, there is one person who's actually used a smart contract to make a purchase on a first real estate purchase. Some news out there, I don't know, I'd have to look that up, but I have heard that. But I think smart contracts have a lot of hidden dangers, and they seem to be targeting the middle to small enterprise owners, business owners, and there's a lot of danger there because these people are very vulnerable. They have a lot at stake, and I don't want to see them have to use these smart contracts and really legally be in a very difficult position where they could lose a lot more than what they think they could lose or gain. Anyway, that's Bitcoin Bankers today. Please subscribe, please like, share it around. Thank you to all the new subscribers that I've had join up lately. Really appreciate you jumping on board. I hope these videos have been helping. I'm just trying to be honest and do the best I can. Let's just keep moving forward and see what we can work out from there. So that's it for me today, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.